Hello everybody, and welcome back. In this lecture, we are going through 3 different kind of sets, and we'll see how they work in a minute. I'm going to start off by declaring a variable of the HashSet type, and I'm going to make my HashSet store strings, and I'll call this variable test1, and I'm going to set that equal to a new HashSet, which stores, of course, strings. Now, I can add elements to my HashSet here by saying test1.add. And let's just add some colors. So I'll add red. And I'll copy that. And let's have a few more. For example, blue, yellow, black, gray, and green. And I will output what's in my HashSet with a sysout statement. Now, if you want to add the same item again, unlike with a list, sets only contain unique items. So adding duplicate items does basically nothing, which is handy when you just want to sort out the duplicates. So, HashSet does not retain order and will sometimes rearrange themselves for no specific reason. If you want your items to be in order, don't use a HashSet. Instead, you can use a LinkedHashSet. LinkedHashSet maintains the order you added items in. So, I'll copy this and paste it here, and I'm going to change this to a LinkedHashSet. A LinkedHashSet is like a HashSet, except that it has a particular linked list that will keep your items in the same order that you added them in. So this will output them in the order that I've added them. And you can see that adding green again hasn't caused any reorder. It just ignored it because green is already there. And if you want your sets sorted in a natural order, you can use TreeSet. So for strings, natural order is the alphabetical order. And for integers, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So if I say here, TreeSet, and I run this, we're going to get black, blue, green, gray, red, and yellow. This is alphabetical order now, because as we mentioned before, TreeSet sorts in alphabetical order for strings. Now, let's have a look at things you can do with sets. So the most common thing you will probably want to do is iterate through your set. And you can iterate to a set using a for each loop. So I'll say for and declare a variable of the type that I used in my set. I'll put a colon right here, and then just specify the variable that points to the set that I want to iterate through. So if I output this, I'm gonna get all the items in my set. And as we already said, if it's a HashSet, it could be in any order. TreeSet is in alphabetical order, and a LinkedHashSet is going to be the order I added them in. Another thing you will often want to do is if your set contains a particular item. Unlike in lists, that if you wanted to find a particular item, you had to go through all the items in it. In sets is way easier to do it. So I can say if test1 contains purple, sysout contains purple. And then, if it contains blue, which it does, sysout contains blue. So it checks which color it contains, and we know it's going to say blue. And if you want to check if a set is empty, you can use the empty method. So I could say here if test1 is empty, sysout set is empty. And that would be true before adding the items, but not after adding the items. There is another interesting method that we should take a look at, and that is retain all method. It finds the items that sets have in common. So I'm going to create a new set here. Let's call it test2. So let's just copy all this and paste it here. Let's also delete this. And now I'm going to add few items that aren't in test1. So for example, let's have white and beige. So all the other colors are the same as in test1, except white and beige. And if I want to look which elements are common in both sets, first, I'll create a copy of one of my sets, because I do not want to change my original ones. I'll call this common items and set it equals to new hash set that contains strings. And I'm gonna pass to the constructor here, test1. And now common items is a copy of test1. So if I do sys out here on common items, you'll see that it is just a copy of test1. Now to get only the items that test1 and test2 have in common, and store them into common items. We'll say common items.retain all, and then pass test2. And you can see I've just got the items that both sets have in common. So let's comment these out and show you one more thing. And the other thing that I want to show you is how to find the difference of two sets. So again, let's create a copy of test1. Let's call this different items. Now, supposing I want to find the items which are in test1, which are not in test2. So here, I can say different items.remove all test2. So different items is a copy of test1, and then I'm going to remove all the items that are in test2, and I'm going to be left with just the unique items that are in test1 that are not in test2. Now, let's output the result. And if I run this, we can see in the console are only the unique items of test1. And those elements are not in test2. And of course, you could do it the other way around. You can find the items that are in test2 that are not in test1. So that's it for this lecture on sets. Join me again next time. Until then, keep practicing.